Like coming home, Michelle Ryan breaks silence on Zoe Slater's return after 20 years away from EastEnders. In a moment that sent shockwaves through Walford and a ripple of nostalgia through viewers across the UK, Michelle Ryan made her long-awaited return to EastEnders as Zoe Slater, 2 decades after she last walked through Albert Square. In the June 16 episode, eagle-eyed fans were left speechless when Zoe came face-to-face with Alfie Moon, marking her first on-screen appearance since 2005. It was a reunion charged with history, secrets, and tension. But for Ryan, returning to the role that made her a household name wasn't just about plot twists or screen time. It was about timing, legacy, and a deep emotional connection to a character and cast that had never truly left her heart. Now, speaking for the first time since her dramatic return, Ryan opens up about why she said yes, how it felt stepping back into Zoe's shoes, and what fans can expect from the once fiery Slater girl who is now returning to Walford with more baggage than ever. A perfect storm. Why now was the right time? After 20 years of other acting opportunities, personal growth, and international projects, including leading roles in Bionic Woman and Merlin, Ryan's return might seem unexpected. But behind the scenes, the seeds of Zoe's comeback had been quietly taking root. It all happened at the right time, Ryan reflected thoughtfully in a new interview. I'd already been thinking about a return. I'd met up with Casey Ainsworth, Little Mo Mitchell, and Kim Metcalf, Sam Mitchell, and we were reminiscing about the good old days. Those heartfelt conversations were more than just a nostalgic trip down memory lane, they were a spark that reignited something deeper. We were sharing our favorite memories from the show, the scenes we loved, the madness, the intensity. It made me realize how much that time meant to me, she added. At the same time, Ryan had taken a tentative step into a new digital chapter by joining social media. There, she was greeted by a flood of fans who still held Zoe close to their hearts. I saw that there was still a lot of love for Zoe, even after all these years. That surprised me in the best way. It was humbling and inspiring. But it wasn't just Ryan who was revisiting the past. Over at Elstree Studios, a new executive producer, Ben Wadey, had taken over the reins at EastEnders, and he had his own vision for the Slater family, and for Zoe. Ben was keen to explore the potential of a return, Ryan explained. He was such a massive fan of Zoe and the Slaters, so both of our worlds aligned at the right time. Reading the first batch of scripts sealed the deal. They had such depth. They were powerful. I knew I'd made the right decision. Zoe Slater. The girl who shocked the nation. For newer viewers who may not remember, Zoe Slater was a central figure in one of EastEnders' most jaw-dropping moments. The 2001 reveal that her sister Kat was, in fact, her mother. "You ain't my mother." "Yes I am," is still considered one of the most iconic scenes in British soap history. Zoe was known for her rebellious energy, razor-sharp tongue, and fierce loyalty to her family. She loved hard, fought harder, and often made destructive choices out of love, pain, or desperation. Her relationships with characters like Kat, Anthony Truman, and Dennis Rickman left a trail of drama in their wake. But despite all the chaos, Zoe's heart was always in the right place. "She's a character who felt so real," said Ryan. "Flawed, impulsive, but trying her best. I think that's why people connected with her. She was never perfect, but she was trying to find her way." Back in the square, a different Zoe emerges. 2 decades later, Zoe Slater is no longer the bold teenager with a chip on her shoulder. She's a woman shaped by life's hardships, scarred, defensive, and deeply vulnerable. Zoe is a mess, Ryan admitted. She's not the girl that left Walford 20 years ago. She's been really struggling on her own. When viewers see Zoe again, it's in the context of another Slater's ongoing turmoil. Stacey Slater, Zoe's cousin, has been staying at Zoe's flat, a setup that leads to an unexpected reunion with Alfie Moon. The encounter is loaded with tension, unspoken questions, and the weight of old wounds. Zoe has her defenses up, Ryan continued. She's someone who has learned to survive alone, but that's also left her closed off. This week, you'll see that she needs help, but whether she's willing to accept it is another story. For fans hoping for a confident and brash Zoe to waltz back into Walford with a sassy one-liner, her return may come as a shock. Instead, they'll meet a woman in crisis, one who has tried to outrun her past, only to find herself drawn back into its orbit. New dynamics. One of the biggest draws for Ryan's return was the chance to work with familiar faces. Some of the original Slater family cast members remain fixtures in the square, and returning to work with them was like reuniting with family. "It really felt like coming home," Ryan said, a smile in her voice. "After doing my first few scenes, it was like I'd never been away." The comfort and chemistry with co-stars were immediate, even as the show itself has evolved. New cast, new storylines, but the same beating heart that made EastEnders the gritty, emotionally driven drama fans love. There's something about the square. The energy. The way you can walk onto that set and just be in it. That's something I've never experienced anywhere else. Fan reactions, tears, cheers, and theories. The response to Zoe's surprise return has been nothing short of electric. Twitter and fan forums lit up the moment her face appeared on screen, with viewers posting emotional throwbacks and speculating wildly about what's next. One fan tweeted, "Zoe Slater is back? My 2001 soul is screaming." Another wrote, "I've waited 20 years for Michelle Ryan to return. She still has it. Give her all the storylines." And the theories are already flying. Could Zoe have a secret child? Will she rekindle old flames? Is there more tension to come with Kat, who's now a key figure in Walford's ever-complicated social web? The future. What's next for Zoe Slater? While Michelle Ryan remained tight-lipped about the long-term arc, she did hint that Zoe's journey is far from over. "She's back for a reason," Ryan teased. "There's a lot to unpack. A lot of pain, but also a lot of potential for healing. I think people will be surprised at where the story goes." The show's producers have also hinted that Zoe's return is part of a larger Slater storyline that will shake up relationships and loyalties across the square. Viewers can expect powerful scenes, emotional confessions, and plenty of jaw-dropping drama. For Ryan, it's not just about nostalgia, it's about revisiting a character who still has more to say. "I feel like Zoe has unfinished business," she said. "And I'm so ready to explore that. From then to now." A full circle moment. Looking back, Michelle Ryan admits she never could have predicted this moment. When she first left the show in 2005, it was to spread her wings as an actor and chase new opportunities. And while she's proud of everything she's done since, there's something undeniably poetic about returning now, older, wiser, and more grounded. "I've lived a lot of life," she said. And so has Zoe. That's what makes this moment feel so powerful. It's not a repeat, it's a new chapter. And if her emotional, raw, and riveting return is anything to go by, fans are in for a treat. Final thoughts. Why Zoe matters. In a soap landscape where characters come and go, some remain icons. Zoe Slater is one of them. Her story, marked by trauma, resilience, heartbreak, and grit, spoke to a generation. And now, as she returns to the streets of Walford, her presence feels both timely and timeless. Michelle Ryan's portrayal brings depth and soul to a character that refuses to fade. And in a time when audiences crave layered storytelling and emotional authenticity, Zoe's journey is more relevant than ever. As Walford streets brace for new drama, one thing is clear: Zoe Slater is back, and she has stories to tell.